Hello. Welcome to DC Sports Makes Me Sad with Danny Jolles. My name is Danny Jolles. Um, this is episode 0, episode 1. Episode 0? Let's call it episode 0 because this is going to be state of affairs. And let me say why. I thought about why I'm doing this. And the reason I'm doing this, because I've been a DC sports fan my entire life, as is everybody who's a DC sports fan. All right, you're a fan for life. If you had the ability to leave, you would have left. So if you're here still, we're in. I've been a DC sports fan my entire life. And, I'm a stand up comic. I have a public persona. But I rant about DC sports a lot. And I rant about it enough that I've started making just like reels every now and again about DC sports. And I have found this, the amount of videos I make about big, everything topics, and I don't get as much engagement as I get with DC sports. And I don't really care about chasing the algorithm. I could give two shits. But the thing I was like, oh yeah, there's nothing for us. We have no community. Particularly if you don't live in DC. There's no community out there. Because it's so sad. Why would we have a community? So I started being like, man, I think it's because DC sports fans are just so excited to hear someone talk about DC sports. And I was like, look, I might be starting a podcast soon that's for everyone, but I was like, I don't even have a podcast right now. The dumbest podcast I could make is one as niche as this. But I'm just like, man, I just want to start a community of DC sports fans. I just want to start a place where we all can go and complain and get frustrated, but also know that we're in this shit. Because there's so many of us, and we just don't ever communicate. So that's what this is. This is me saying, hey, is it the best time to be a DC sports fan? Yeah. Has it ever been a good time to be a DC sports fan? My dad tells me yes. Not in my lifetime. Not in mine. Have we won some things in my lifetime? Yes. We all are going to sit here. 2018 Capitals, 2018 Capitals, 2019 Nationals, two of the greatest seasons of all time. But outside of that, it's been bleak. It isn't just like, oh, we don't win. We don't even get close. So why would anyone ever be a loud podcast about these teams? But I want to do that. I think there's a community out there for this. And I want to build it. Every week, let's just get together. Let's go over these 4 major teams. If I start doing more of them, maybe, but I'm not really that into the I mean, you know what I mean when you just are like, I guess I'll get into the DC Defenders. We can't do it. All right, we're too proud. Listen, I'll go to DC Defenders out of fun if it's on my TV and I'm watching XF, USF, XF, the bad football. If it's on my TV and DC Defenders aren't, sure. That's who I'm rooting for. But let's be clear. That's not our teams. If you're a DC sports fan, there are 4 major teams. Capitals, Nationals, Wizards, Commanders. And I want to talk about those 4 teams. I want to build this place. Now, if you're watching this and you're like, I'm actually not a DC sports fan, but I'm fascinated. First off, welcome. Secondly, get in on this. If you're not a sports fan at all and you want to join us, join us. I'll tell you this, it's only uphill from here. You're joining at a fun time. Can't get worse. He says stupidly. I don't think it really can. I don't think it can. So there's something about that, though, where it is so bad that I'm like, fine, then let's build this thing. Let's have fun together. So in this first episode, I'm going to go over the 4 teams. I'm going to go in order. It's state of affairs. So we're going to go over the state of affairs. I'm going to go in order from our worst to our capitals. And because what am I supposed to pretend one is a mystery? All right, obviously the Capitals are going to be our best team. They're the only team we have that does anything. They're the only team that wins some games. Better yet, first place in their conference. But I think the other three, what order will it be? I'm going to go from biggest dog shit pile of hell to the Capitals. We'll go from there. I'm excited to do this. Welcome to DC Sports Makes Me Sad with Danny Jolles. I'm Danny Jolles. Let's go. In last place, in the biggest pile of disaster, the Washington Nationals. It's crazy that a mere 6 years ago, this team touched the top of the mountains. It was the greatest run, I think, of all the teams. The 2019 Washington Nationals, let us not forget the magic of that run. The out of nowhere. Max Scherzer screaming at people. Ryan Zimmerman getting his moment. Steven Strasburg being healthy for one season, but the season it mattered the most. Patrick Corbin deciding he was a good pitcher. Daniel Hudson, Sean Doolittle. I mean, that team was so special. Baby Shark, the most special team. Go 1-0 today. I still say go 1-0 today to myself all the time. The most special team ever. That run was legendary. Legendary. And I never want to lose sight of how special that run was. And so I want to acknowledge it. Let's acknowledge it. Let's take a second. Let's take 3 seconds and appreciate that memory that we can always go back to. Now, this dog shit team that we have to root for now, I mean, we're not, listen, obviously as a DC sports fan, I get tired of the words, we're in a rebuild. If I hear we're in a rebuild or we're a young team, I lose my mind. Because that's every year. Every year it's we're in a rebuild, but we're a young team. We're in a rebuild, but we're in a young team. At some point, you have to build, and the team has to get older. At some point, that has to happen. The Nationals are never... the learners who own this team have to either sell this team or decide to spend money. But we cannot just be young forever and rebuilding forever. Particularly in baseball, where spending money matters. Right? So we have to, at some point, start something. Start movement. And by the way, let's keep up with current events. Today, as I record this, Mackenzie Gore and CJ Abrams are on the trading block. Nice. Glad we traded Juan Soto for those young prospects that now that they're pretty good, we'll trade for more young prospects. Isn't it fun to have young prospects who we get to watch get good and then see them get out of town? Isn't that fun for us to get to experience? What is the point of having young players if when they get good, we just trade them for new young players? What's the point? At some point, we have to start building something. If we trade CJ Abrams and Mackenzie Gore for young players, I'm going to lose my mind. I'm going to lose it. The Nationals haven't been relevant since our World Series. We're not close. Last year was a debacle. And yes, James Wood is the future. He's incredible. But if we just trade him at some point or put nobody near him, it doesn't matter. We have great young talent. At some point, this team has to take itself seriously. It's almost not worth discussing this team because I don't even feel like they're trying. They have to try at some point. They have to try. We're not trying. If we don't try, we can't win. And we're not trying. We don't spend money on players. It's hard to win. I don't care how young our manager is. He's 32. He gets what the kids are saying. Ooh. Wow, he manages a baseball team and has a TikTok? Cool. I don't give a shit if he doesn't have players. He needs players. If we trade Gore and Abrams, we're in the middle of off-season time right now. Have we spent any money? Nope. Have we picked up a single player? Nope. Seems like that's gonna be a problem. Seems like it's gonna be a problem if we don't spend any money. In the world of rebuilds, okay? Because we have 3 teams in rebuilds, right? The Washington Nationals have nothing built. They have 0 things built. Maybe a frame. But if we don't have builders building something, there is nothing happening. We have to spend money or sell the team. We're in a sell the team situation, which sucks. It's unbelievable that we just got through sell the Commanders, and now we're into sell. But they either got to sell the team or they got to spend money. But we can't live in this hell. Can't do it. We were third to last season, only because the Rockies are such a dumpster fire. But we are... How do you look ahead to this season and feel anything but just why? That's all I keep thinking when I think about it. I go, why would I watch? What's there to watch? Us just, what? Trout out some young prospects and see how they do? Pick up a couple old players on minimum contracts who used to be good 5 years ago? Watch them pull a hammy. There's not a lot of good to say about the Washington Nationals. Now, we're in the offseason, so there could be moves. There could be some moves. Maybe they decide to spend money. Maybe we pick up somebody. I don't know. But as of this moment, our team with the biggest problems is the Washington Nationals because we have nothing built. Only thing we have is the hippest manager in town. He's cool. Other than that, look, Abrams, Gore, Woods, it's like, sure, but if we just trade them, who cares? I'm so concerned. So concerned. That's our last place team. That's the worst one. So we got that out of the way. The Washington Nationals, a disaster. But hopefully it's better than I'm saying. I don't think so. Hey, you're watching me right now. You know what you could be watching? An ad for your company. If you do want to be an ad in this podcast, I have no clue how to do it. So I don't know. Hit me up. Danny@DannyJolles.com. All right, back. That's it. In third place of the DC sports teams, the Washington Wizards. Let's remember some good years. There haven't been many. We've never won. My lifetime. Never won, but we had some fun. We had some fun back in the day. We had some fun. Gilbert Arenas. What a time. What a time Gilbert Arenas was for all of us. Let us never forget the fun of having Agent Zero. And him just, hey, when he goes on his podcast and talks about how much he didn't really care about playing basketball, do I love that? I don't. He was my entire childhood. Would have loved it if he took it more seriously. But I love Gilbert Arenas. I'll always remember those years so fondly. We were so competitive. Unless we forget the John Wall era. Now, were we ever that competitive? No, but we were there. We were there. Him and Bradley Beal, what a team. Bradley Beal, I hate what's happened to him. Hate it. Hate it. Hate it. I want nothing but good for him. John Wall was a special time. And that's the last time that we were remotely relevant. And again, I don't hate rebuilds. I don't hate being a young team. But at some point, we have to go up. Now, did the NBA fuck us with the Dallas Mavericks getting Cooper Flag? Absolutely. Absolutely. We were robbed. It was bullshit. However, let's not lose sight of the fact that we are a good team. Okay? We're a good team. Once upon a time. And now we suck. We're so bad. We've been bad for so long. Do we have some young talent? Sure. Sar seems like the real deal. Trey Johnson? Absolutely. Got a shot. His jump shot. Put him behind the 3-point line all day. I love it. I love it. Do I think Keyshawn George is real? I do. We got young talent. Sure, we're rebuilding. It's been a decade of rebuild. It's like at some point, we just have to, at some point, be a real team. At some point. At some point. At some point. It's just crazy. It's crazy. It's hard. It's hard because it's like, do I see the vision? Yes. But I've seen the vision. I saw the vision the last time we were trying to be competitive. I saw the vision. I'm always looking for the vision. Don't get me wrong. I'm hunting the vision. But the vision never happens. We just always are doing, we're always thinking. Now, CJ McCollum, boy, do I love the prospect of trading him. You know, right now, trade bait. Get him out there for trade bait. And obviously, this season's done. So I'm not hoping to win this season, right? It's fun when we win a couple games. We've won 3. Fun. But let's lose. Let's tank. We're tanking. I get it. Fine. Tank it. Again, like we did last year and the year before and the year before. And then we don't get Cooper Flag. Fine. Let's do it again. But I am so tired of this team rebuilding. At some point, there has to be building happening. There has to be a little bit of building. And again, all that to be said, Keyshawn George, Trey Johnson, Alex Sarr, I think are great. Cam Whitmore, this week's news, Cam Whitmore doesn't like to practice, which is crazy. I thought when he brought his jersey to a strip club, that might be an indication that things might not be going great. Did you catch when he brought his jersey to a strip club? People really got into the strip club part of that. I felt him bringing his jersey into the strip club was the part that I said, hey, that's a weird move. As somebody who has a little bit of notoriety, debatably, if I brought a headshot with me, it would seem a little desperate. It would seem like I lack confidence. Right? That's what it says to me. It says to me that Cam Whitmore doesn't believe that Cam Whitmore is enough. Cam Whitmore, you're enough, baby. You're enough. Let's show up to practice. The thing is, he's so talented. You watch Cam Whitmore play, you're like, dude, this guy could be so good. But he doesn't seem to be that into it. And that's a problem. That's a problem. That'll leave you fast. Because we're a young team. We're a young team. You want to know what's interesting about the NBA? Every team's young. They're all young. How can you not be young? It's basketball. Your knees give out at 30. Everybody's young except LeBron somehow. Everybody's young. I'm just so tired of being young. I hate the young. Do I think there's building blocks? Yes. Do I think that they are? Do I think Leonsis, like, we have a real owner? I think we're trying. It just keeps not working. But it's like, I mean, can we? We just gotta at some point win, and it's like you can only tank with these players so many times before it's like, how do they know? They don't know how to win. These players don't know how to win. It's just brutal. It's brutal. It's brutal being a fan. That said, I believe. I believe in this team. I believe that we can do it. Here comes a dog. Oh, I'm sorry. Here, let me make some for you. This is good podcast. Here we go. Here we go. She's a little DC too. Here you go. Here you go. All right. Get yourself in there. I believe in the Wizards' overall vision. I think if this is actually the rebuild year and next year we actually spend some money and we actually have a team, great. Then we did it. But I'm not doing another rebuild year after this year. This is my last year. So help me God, if there isn't some movement forward, I'm going to lose my mind. Because it's been a while since we had Bradley Beal. And that's the last time we were kind of relevant. That's it. It's been a while. We've never won an NBA Cup game, I don't think. Now, do I think the NBA Cup is the dumbest thing going? Sure. But it'd be nice to win a game. It'd be nice to be near it. We gotta be better. The Wizards are in third. At the end of the day, if you took us out of the context of Wizards and you looked at this team, you'd be like, oh, this is a young team that's rebuilding that could be really good someday. But the problem is it's been what feels like 5 years of rebuilding. So that's why I've lost a little confidence in what we're doing. But I believe in the Wizards at some point next year. So help me. Fuck. Next year, we have to be decent. Oh, let me go over what happened this week. We did beat the Bucks this week. That was fun. And then we lost to the 76ers. We lost to the Celtics by merely 45. Lost to the Hawks. I mean, just terrible. This week we have the Cavs. They'll beat us into the ground. The Pacers will be a fun game because they're also tanking. So that'll be a real tank off. Spurs and Suns. I assume we're going 0-4, but we'll find out. The Wizards are young, and if this is the year that actually leads to rebuilding, which means going forward, I'm in. And if they don't, I'm going to slam my head through a wall. In second, the Commanders. Last season, magic happened for this team. Out of nowhere. After years of me giving the same speech I just gave about the Wizards and Nationals. What are we doing? Where are we going? What's the vision? Out of nowhere, it just turned. We had a good team. We had a great team, dare I say. We drafted the guy. We had the team. We had a coach that knew what he was doing. Everything looked good. And we lose to the Eagles in the NFC Championship game, but it almost didn't even feel like a loss. It felt like we actually kind of almost won in a sense because it was so good. There was so much good around this team that you sat back and you went, how can next year not be great? Well, turns out it can be an absolute debacle. Coming off a 31-0 loss to the Vikings where J.J. McCarthy, call me 9, we made him look like a Pro Bowler. And it was so funny listening to the announcers. It's crazy how announcers seem to not Like the NFL thing where it's like it's always national announcers. We don't have local. So you just have these announcers that are like, they're like, "Wow, JJ's really figuring it out." Like all these highlights, and you're like, "No, we can't cover anybody." Let me tell you, I could be a quarterback against the Washington Commanders right now. Just throw a 10-yard check down. It's there every time. Everybody, we are terrible this year. Everything's bad. Everything has gone bad. We're injuring everybody. Everybody's careers, we're just ending careers every week. Now it's just whose career do we end this week? Not season, career. Ertz, that's the end of his career. Probably. Eckler. So many of these guys. Bobby has to retire. I think at the end of this year. I don't know how he can keep going. Clearly losing a step. I know he's got 1,000,000 tackles. It's not good. But unlike these other two teams, the Commanders, there's a clear vision. All right, this season's gone bad. Undeniable. But we fix this defense. And we don't get ravaged by injuries. And we stop being the oldest team in football, which it turns out was a bad strategy. We tried it. I thought it was an interesting idea. When everybody came forward and they were like, we're going to be old. It was like, all right. Seems like it might be a problem, but I'm in. All right, now we learned. We learned actually can't be old. Old is bad in the NFL. Old is bad, it turns out. Now we know. But now, I listen, I'm still very bullish on the Commanders. I believe in our ownership. All right? Let's not forget that. At its core, let's not forget that Dan Snyder's gone. Right? We have a real owner. Right? We have Magic Johnson, who's been weirdly quiet this year, but last year we saw him all the time. He's fun. Love Magic. All right, we have a real owner. We have a real coach. Don't even think about coming after his job. We love him. We might be so bad we get to keep Cliff another year, which I believe in. I think we could use a new defensive coordinator. But we got all the building. Jaden, still bullish on Jaden. He's real. He's real. Do we need to learn how to protect ourselves? Yes. But also, he's real. He's so real. Terry, I think, is a great wide receiver. I really do. They need to practice together. We need to have a full offseason. We basically wasted our offseason because of that stupid negotiation. But this year, next year, we come back. We have a real offseason. We actually spend. I'm a little tired of hearing we have the most cap space. It's like, okay, let's spend a little. Let's spend a little. And let's go. Let's build this team. But I believe in the Commanders. I really do. Next year, right? In the same way that I'm like, Nationals, I have no real hope for next year. Wizards, it's like, I just want to see something. It's like, I believe I think we are who we were last year. I think this year is a debacle, but I think it's just, we just had to learn. We just had to figure it out. We're figuring it out. This is a good, I believe in this team on the whole. Next week, we have the Giants. That should be fun. Let's not forget we beat them with Russell Wilson at quarterback. But now they got Jackson Dart. They're going to beat the bejesus out of us, I bet. Pure spite, but that's a draft pick right there. You know, we're in tank mode. But I do want to see Jaden on the field. I'm tired of this. We got to protect him. It's like, dude, he's got to get on the field. He's got to learn. You know? He's got to learn. We can't put him in bubble wrap all year. I think we put him out there. He'll be back next year. Next year, preseason, I don't want to see him on the field. We're still doing that. But up until then, put him in bubble. This year, he's got to learn that hits hurt. which I feel like you would really think he would know at this point, but he's the bravest boy in the whole wide world, I'll tell you that. The guy runs like it isn't even like a thought of his of like, what if this would hurt? Like he doesn't think like that, which is crazy because I watch and I'm like, careful. This guy runs just like, hit me if you're going to hit me. I love that about him. Look, I'm so bullish on this team. That said, this year stinks. That Vikings game, I said at the end, I don't think there was one good play. You watch that game back, you tell me what good happened. Did anything good happen? I don't think so. Jaden had a couple good passes. We might have broken up a pass. I mean, it was just horrible. But I still think we are who we were last year. Stay positive. Commanders are real. Next year is going to be a special year. I really do believe that. Now let's talk the real team. Hey, you're watching me right now. You know what you could be watching? An ad for your company. If you do want to be an ad in this podcast, I have no clue how to do it. So I don't know. Hit me up. Danny at DannyJolles.com. All right, back. That's it. And finally, there's the Capitals. God bless them. God bless this team. It's in this sea of terrible of DC sports. If you're joining us, if you're watching this and you go, I want to get into DC sports, let me see what it's all about. Here's the good news. We have won. We have won. And it's the best one. It's the best. The Capitals are so good, so consistent. Could I say nice things about Ovechkin? I don't know. Do you want this podcast to be 7 hours long? He's the best. I don't care if he's Putin's best friend. He's the greatest. He's the best. I love him. He's the best thing that's ever happened to me, sports-wise. I'll speed it up. He's the best. He's so good. We're so lucky to have him. He's the best player. Every year. And every year you go, all right, this is the year he slows down. This is probably it. Let's just deal with it. Nope. There we go again. He's just as fun as he was the year before. It's unbelievable. Year after year, this guy is somehow more fun to watch, more enjoyable. This year, I love this team. I love this team this year. First place in the Eastern Conference, you bet. You bet. Look at my stupid little notes. I mean, look at this past week. 3-1 against the Kings. 7-1 against the Sharks. Lost to the Ducks in a shootout. Fine. Beat Columbus 2-0. Chychrun is a monster on defense. Just putting goals in the net every other time. Tom Wilson, he's getting Ovechkin-y at this point as far as like how many more years can this guy be on my team before he's just a legend of legends to me. Ovechkin's unbelievable. Protus. I mean, this team is so fun. And no drama. No drama. Couple injuries here, couple injuries there. Logan Thompson. Unbelievable. This team is so fun. I love this team. And it's just crazy how that, and so we go forward. It's just crazy. Every other team is just so bleak. And then you look at this team and you go, we're going to have such a fun year. And the whole year is going to be fun. Are we heading towards the playoffs? You bet. Are we going to be a problem in the playoffs? You bet. What people on the outside, they just know about Ovechkin. They're like, oh yeah, Ovechkin's putting numbers. No. Ovechkin's putting up numbers and we're good. I believe in this team. I believe in the Capitals every year. Now, do I know anything but to believe in this team? Obviously not. But I believe. The Capitals are the team. Who do we have this week? Hurricanes, Jets, Wild, Maple Leafs. I bet we go 3-1. We're just good. We're just a good team, and we play hard. And it's just nice that we have this frame of reference. That's what I like about the Capitals, is it gives us a frame of reference where we get to go, hey, at least we all know what it is like to watch a good team. Like, we have some idea. Because it might seem like we have no clue, you know? You watch enough bad teams, you lose sight of if it's possible. What does it look like? But don't let them fool you. We know, because we have the Capitals. We know what it's like to see a team be great. Consistently. Build. Move players. We have players come in. We have players come out. Guess what happens the next year? We're good still. That's what we do. That's what we do. We get better. We figure it out. That's what it is to be a great team. That's what the Capitals are. In conclusion, I think it's very easy to sit here, particularly when I'm doing a new podcast. Let's talk about the state of DC sports. It's very easy to sit here and say, it's a disaster. It's on fire. Because that's easy. But if I'm trying to build a community here, I think part of it is saying to this community, you want to know the one thing about DC sports that I do think is great? The fans. We're the best fan base, and nobody talks about it because our teams are bad. Nobody talks about it. Get a ticket to Caps. You can't. We show up. Last season with the Commanders. Yeah, we're selling that shit out. We just don't have good teams, so people don't realize. This fan base is so real. I dare you to find a more dedicated fan base. I dare you to find it. We show up through thick and thin. We've been through enough that if we had the option, we all would have left. So we're here. And we show up. Year after year after year. I just described 3 teams, 2 of which have 3 wins. And we're not 3 games into the season. One of which is in the off season, but is done nothing. And we were 3rd worst last year. And yet, over my dead body, would I ever root for any other city? You know, the weaklings have left us already. They're weak, they left. I'm going to be a Philly fan. Great, go be a criminal. I'm going to be a New England fan. Great. Have fun winning a bunch. Must be fun to win. Winning as much as they do in Boston. Who even the weakest fan base. Every 20 years, just a new, hot, young, white quarterback comes down from the heavens for them. DC Sports shows up no matter what. No matter what. What am I going to do? I live in LA. You think I'm switching to LA? These half-ass fans out here? No way. It's either half-ass fans or they'll kill someone. It's like nothing in between in LA. Pass. We have a special thing in DC, and it's the fans. Let's never lose sight of that. That's why I wanted to make this pod, because I said, you know what? I just want to celebrate the fans. So let's do that. DC Sports makes me sad, but the fan base doesn't. And I believe in us, and we will get our moments. Good luck to us. That's episode 0. See ya. Oh, and wait, I should do plugs. No, we're not done yet. Come see me if you happen to live in San Francisco, Syracuse, Endicott, New York, Minneapolis, or Chattanooga. Those are the ones that are coming up in January. Go see me at one of those. If not, DannyJolles.com. All right, now, be proud to be a DC sports fan. Episode 0 in the books. See ya.